Hi, we love meeting you like this, and we have a message for you. A message about respect. There is a level of respect that must be given. As we explore the different aspects of ourselves and move through this shift, this threshold, as they've been calling it, it's important to hold a deep level of respect for yourself. Respect for your journey, for all of the things that it took for you to get here, for all of the perspectives that you've moved through, for the life that you've created for yourself. Because right now, you're living a life that at one point you wished for. You have done so much for yourself, and yet you're always reaching for what's next. But realize, beloved, respect must be paid for what you have already done and what you are continuing to do. It's important that you give yourself the same respect that you would give others. If you look back at the people in your life that have taught you the most, no matter who that was, because for a lot of us, those people were different. Maybe not our parents or grandparents. Maybe they were aunties or uncles. Maybe the parents of friends that were placed in our lives. I'm hearing for some of you, and for some of you, teachers or guidance counselors. As many of us raised our parents, these people raised us, and we respected them. We respected them for the advice that they offered, for the love and support that they gave. For some of us, these people were characters on shows that we watched. I always resonated personally with that J. Cole song where he talks about Uncle Phil because the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air co-parented me. For some of you, that will resonate, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that there was a level of respect that was given, and we never even experienced the journey that was taken to reach the becoming of the roles that these people played in our lives. But we've been there for our own becoming. We've been there for our slow remembrance through the fog of the collective dream. Even those of us still wiping the sleep out of our eyes, there were a lot of choices that had to be made for you to get this far. The spiritual battle that you have endured is remarkable. I know personally, as someone who has been cultivating gifts and uncovering truths about myself for the last decade, it has been intense work. I have put in the work, and I remember each phase of that, what it felt like, what it looked like. And in the beginning, it was different. Just committing to meditating and making it to yoga was huge for me. And at that time, I just did it for other people because I was in an alternative medicine program, and that's just what you did. But with my current family situation at the time, that was a lot for that version of myself to ask from her. And because of it, she was led to this relationship that healed that part of her, and then this friendship that understood that part of her, and then there was this shaman which gave her that information, which led her to that ceremony, and then that ceremony, and then this guru, and then this activation, and then that spiritual practice, and then that teacher who took advantage of her, but then was also the catalyst for one of the biggest breakthroughs of her life, and it just keeps going. My expansion is never ending, and the desires just keep getting bigger. Spirit took me on that little tangent there because you have a similar journey. Maybe not exactly the same, but you have lived this life, have you not? And you deserve some respect. And that journey is only going to get more interesting as you become superhuman. Because that's a process, you know. And by the way, if you need a little guidance or help on that journey and through that process, please check out my website. I offer a lot of different ways that you can work with me. If you feel connected to my videos and connected to me, there's a reason for that. I'm still calling in the people meant to pull the trigger on this next retreat coming up. There is a group of leaders being assembled. Answer the call. Your spots are being warmly held for you. If you're needing to get deep into that subconscious and remove blocks that are holding you back in different areas of your life, but you just can't pinpoint them, check out Peru. The intention and the shamans and facilitators that are holding this space are nothing short of magical. You don't find the medicine finds you. And it has, right here. Even that right there, you should respect yourself for. Because we're about to get real quantum here. When you attract in these perfectly aligned messages that hit home so deep and offer all the things that you've been looking for, you don't even give yourself the energetic credit for that. You did that, and you dismiss it, and you do that with a lot of things I'm hearing. It's important to stop for a moment and show yourself some respect, friend. Pause for a moment. Put your hand on your chest, take a breath, and pay yourself some respect. Respect is earned, and I am in full knowing that you have earned by now a level of respect that you aren't even giving yourself. If this message has found you and it's hitting, and you take this moment in time to reflect on that work, those tears, the rejection, the lost friendships, the isolation, the entire reconstructing of your reality, give yourself some damn credit, would you? Celebrate yourself. Respect yourself. Buy yourself some flowers or a nice meal. Write yourself a letter of appreciation. We have been talking with you about radical self-trust and how important it's going to be through this next phase of your journey. What a lot of us humans out here humaning don't realize is that trust is automatic when you respect someone. So it's going to be important that we show ourselves respect as part of our process. That respect will shift our perspective of ourselves, which will allow us to realize we're actually doing pretty great. Think about it. When we decide someone is quote unquote successful, which is of course based off of a perspective built off of the collective programming that we were exposed to, but aside from that huge yet seemingly insignificant variable, when we decide someone is successful, we respect them. Well, Angel, your whole life is a success. If you are tuned into this channel and you haven't left yet, you feel things deeper than 98% of the planet. You have gifts that you can't explain to people, and you're still trying to make sense of them yourself, or even confirm that they're real. Or maybe you know that they are real, but you haven't even learned how to make them work for you yet. Your senses are heightened. You see messages in everything. Nothing doesn't mean something to you. You read people like a scanner, and then you're also scanning yourself because you're also aware that you have your own emotions and projections. While you're doing this, you're healing trauma that you've lived through in order so that you can understand its counterpart. And you had to endure more than most, because when you came here, you intended that you would show all kinds of different people with all kinds of different pain how they can find the other side of that. So you really had to cover some ground, didn't you? And you did. All while being under the spell of devices, the media, technology, lower energies of all kinds, trying to break you down so that you don't do this because the farther the light goes, there are no room for shadows, and then the secrets and the lies can't be hidden. On top of that, some of y'all were raising tiny humans, working jobs that you don't even like, but you haven't vibrationally pulled yourself out of yet or at the time because you're still working on that blockage or were working on that blockage. Show yourself some respect. You are out here doing it. Brethren, you are doing great. And you didn't even have a dad to show you how. I am so proud of you. Sis, you are an amazing single mother. Keep going. Respect yourself and continue to love yourself because the Most High has already spoken over your life and you will be blessed with the desires of your heart. You're being prepared for everything, and it is coming as you are ready for it in its divine and perfect timing. Show yourself some respect. And as you grow in that respect that you have for you, you won't put yourself in situations that aren't in alignment with the current version of yourself. When you respect yourself, you don't engage with lower vibrational behavior. You detach and you observe because it's beneath you. And that doesn't make you better than anyone. It just means you have respect for yourself. And when you have respect for yourself, people respect you. And when people respect you, you respect yourself even more. And you trust yourself even more. And that builds that radical self-trust that you need to cross this threshold. Beloved, you are respected beyond what you can conceptualize for what you have done so far. And the realms of illuminated truth would like you to know that it's time that you show yourself some respect. Because what you have done thus far is more than most could even dream of doing. And you're barely getting started. It can all be beautiful if you allow it to be. Please like this video if you liked it, because that just makes sense. And subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. It helps my channel to grow. And just like you, I am putting light in dark corners. It's what I do, and the trade-off is I get to have a lot of fun. Also, don't forget to share, because sharing is caring. If you can't get my voice out of your head, check out a retreat or find a way to work with me. This isn't an accident, it's alignment. Show yourself some respect, and so it is.